In class 7. Today I have another lesson for you. Kingdom classification. Classification means dividing into various classes. In the school also we have different classes based upon age and your intelligence level. This makes learning easy. So biological classification means dividing living beings into various classes based on their certain similarities. We keep different organisms in a certain group due to similarities. Like all birds are grouped together in apes because of their wings and feathers. Then some other living beings are divided into different groups based on their differences. As we know, we have vertebrates and invertebrates in animal kingdom. Based on the presence of backbone, these two groups have been made. The advantages are there are different groups available in one complete view, you can know about all the living beings. Like in one view you can find out that there are plants, animals. Plants are of these categories, animals are of these categories. So in one complete view, the whole chart about living beings is placed in front of the eyes. Then obviously study becomes very easy. You are able to study about a certain organism in detail if you know the class, and you can relate with other organisms in the same class if you know about one organism. Like if you know about crow, you can say some characteristics about the parrot also because they belong to the same group, apes. Relationship, as I told you, the relationship between various organisms can be established, or between various groups can be established. Origin, we can find out about the origin of the animals and plants found today. Like we know, reptiles originated from dinosaurs. Evolution, since we know about their origin, we can build a complete history about their succeeding origin. This is called evolution. Like life started from single cell, later on multicellular cells, bacteria, from bacteria, plants and animals. So this way we can find out about how life came into this world and how various organisms have a history behind them. This is evolution. Now the first person, or the first scientist I should say, was a Greek scientist, Aristotle, a philosopher actually. He was the first one who divided the whole living beings into two broad groups, plants and animals. Later on, it was another Greek scientist, Carl von Linnaeus, who divided the whole of the living kingdom into different groups. There are 7 classes he made, starting from the species, the smallest one, and the largest one is the kingdom.
Concept of and meaning of classification. Thousands of books are present in the library and they are kept subject-wise or author-wise. Whenever somebody requires a book, he would directly go to the concerned shelf and get the book. By these examples, you can understand that all the items are grouped according to certain common characters. It is surprising to know that more than 10 to 13 million species of plants, animals, and microorganisms exist in the world. Out of these, about 2 million organisms have been identified so far. In India alone, about 48,000 types of plants and 81,000 species of animals are found. Plants and animals are widely distributed on the land, water, and many small organisms are also found in the atmosphere. Bacteria are present in very hot to very cold climate. Without any system and nomenclature, the study of plants and animals is not possible. So, several criteria have been taken into consideration for classification. The process of arranging a collection into groups or sets according to some common properties is called classification. Importance of classification. Since it is very difficult to study such a large number of organisms all together, they have been grouped into larger or smaller groups on the basis of certain similarities and differences. Thus, the categorization of organisms into groups is very important as it is helpful in these ways. Living organisms of similar characters can be grouped and studied at the same time. Identification and naming of an organism becomes easier. It provides collection and preservation of organisms. It shows relationship between different organisms. System of classification. All living things were divided into two kingdoms, namely plant and animals. Later, due to development of technology, microscope was invented and there was an increase in the structure of different organisms. So, later, R.H. Whitaker, a leading ecologist from USA, proposed 5-kingdom classification in 1969. This classification is based on the cellular organization, cell structure, mode of nutrition, etc. 5-kingdom classification. Monera, example, bacteria, unicellular. Protista, example, unicellular, plants, animals. Fungi, example, mushroom, rhizopus, multicellular and unicellular both, but saprophytes. Plantae, example, higher plants, multicellular. Animalia, example, multicellular animals. Important features of 5-kingdom classification. Kingdom Monera. This kingdom includes all the microscopic, unicellular, single-celled organisms like bacteria and blue-green algae. The cells do not have definite nucleus. These are the simplest of all organisms. Monerans are first life forms on Earth. They are found everywhere and reproduce by simple dividing into two separate cells. Examples, bacteria and blue-green algae. Cyanobacteria. Kingdom Protista. This kingdom includes all the microscopic, unicellular plants and animals. The cells of protists have a well-defined nucleus. They move with organs of locomotion like cilia, flagella, or pseudopodia. They possess different types of mode of nutrition. Some are autotrophic or heterotrophic or saprophytic in nature. They are found almost everywhere. Examples: amoeba, paramecium, euglena, diatoms. Kingdom Fungi. This kingdom includes all molds, yeasts, and mushrooms. They are unicellular to multicellular and cells have well-defined nucleus. Fungi may resemble plants, but they cannot make their own food. They lack chlorophyll. They grow on organic matter, that is, dead and decay matter. They are saprophyte in nature. Fungi reproduce through spores. Know this. Truffles, a kind of mushroom, genus tuber, grow below the ground, are one of the world's most expensive foods. One variety tuber, Menalosporum, can cost up to rupees 85,000 and 1,65,000 per kilogram. Like plant cell, fungi cell also have cell wall, but they do not contain chlorophyll, so they are not included in plants. Activity. Take a piece of bread, sprinkle some water on it. Leave it a few days in warm place. After that, you will find bread mold growing on it. Scrap it and place it on the slide, and observe the structure of bread under the microscope. Kingdom Plantae. Almost all plants are multicellular organisms. They are autotrophs, means they can prepare their own food and contain chlorophyll. They are of various size and shapes. Some plants are flowering plants, but there are non-flowering plants also present. Kingdom Plantae contains almost 3 lakh different species of plants. Examples: grass, mango, cycas, pinus, ferns, etc. Kingdom Animalia. All animals are multicellular. They are heterotrophs, that is, they cannot prepare their own food. Animals can move from one place to another with the help of nerves and muscles. Animals are classified into 2 major groups, invertebrates and vertebrates. Kingdom Animalia contains about 2 million species. Examples: earthworm, butterfly, lion, dog, fishes, frog, human beings, etc.